Okay, let's do two more problems associated with solving for triangles, solving for variables here within similar triangles. And so what do we see? Okay, well, the first thing I see is we have two triangles. Let's call this one the yellow one, and let's call this one the blue one. They are definitely not congruent. One is much, much larger than the other. But what I'm noticing here, because no one's telling us they're similar triangles, so I can't set up any proportions unless I know they're similar. So in this case, I see these two arrows in here. That means I have two parallel lines, and therefore I know that this angle and that angle, they're congruent. That's corresponding angles. And then I know that this angle in here is congruent to this angle in here. That's also corresponding angles. And I also have this reflexive angle up top here. So notice I have angle. These two triangles are similar because of angle. So in that case, once they're similar, all the corresponding sides, they are proportional. And again, what does it mean to be proportional? That means they have the same scale factor. So we can write proportions to solve for x in this case. So let me rewrite everything I know about the yellow triangle. The yellow triangle has a 6, and this is an x plus 8. Notice, it doesn't take long to redraw these, but that's very helpful to kind of see the proportions and how they're set up. Most people want to put 4 here, but this is not a 4. This is a 10. That is the entire length of that side in there. And then the entire length on the bottom side is 2x minus 4. So hopefully you can see how these are proportional to one another and write a proportion. We have 6 over 10 is congruent to x plus, not congruent, but I should say proportional to x plus 8 all over 2x minus 4. So the geometry is over at this point. At this point, you have to use algebra. I have great algebra skills. I'm going to distribute. That's 12x minus 24 equals 10x plus 80. I'm going to move the 10x on this side. I got 2x. The 24 goes on this side. It becomes positive. That's 104. It looks like x is 52. Well, that was the goal in here to solve for x. We can also back substitute and find these other sides in here. But we're going to move on. Hopefully you recognize that we have two triangles, similar because of angle. We can redraw them, set up proportions, and then solve for x. Let's do another solving problem. This one's a little trickier. And what's going on here? Well, I do see two triangles, and once again, these two are parallel. Therefore, what do we know? Now we have alternating interior angles that are equal. And these two angles in here, they're alternating interior angles as well. And these two angles, they are vertical. Well, once again, these two triangles are equal because of angle. Well, it's not exactly like a copy-paste situation here with these triangles. You got to really see, once the triangles are similar, which sides are matching up with what sides. Well, it turns out a lot of people want these sides to be corresponding, meaning those two match up, but they don't. If you notice, the 6 side is between the two different color blues in here, and this side in here is between blue and green. What's really going on here is this side, which is in between these two little shades of blue, corresponds to this side right there. Obviously, it's not drawn to scale. If that side is 8, then that side's 6. This is not drawn anywhere close to scale here, but I know for certain that those two sides, they correspond to one another. And this side in here corresponds to that side. Why? Well, look at how color coordinated this is. This is between the purple and the green, and that's between the purple and the green. Yes, I'm in here. I'm making a video in here. Hang on. So I'm going to write a proportion. So, excuse me, my wife just got home. So anyway, I'm going to write 6 over 8. And that's proportional to what? X plus 20 all over 2x minus 2. Again, 6 over 8 is proportional to this side, x plus 20 all over 2x minus 2. Well, the geometry is over. I've got to cross multiply. Don't forget the distributive property. This is 12x minus 12 equals 8x plus 160. We're going to move the 8 on this side. That becomes 4x. The 12 becomes 172. And I think 172 is divisible by 4. Let's take a look. 172 divided by 4. I got x to be 43. And that was the goal. The goal was to find x. I should have wrote that up here. Let me type that in. The goal is to find x. And so we did that. We found x, and we used the fact that these two triangles are similar. We set up a proportion, and we solved for x. All right, let's take a little break.